We do have half the block already covered, especially when they scatter, which is a thing they've been doing recently. They think it's funny. Speaking of the girls, we have listened to Life of a Showgirl. There are some bops on there I think everybody knows. One of the songs that Ellie and I have been bopping to on the way to school is Opalite. Great song. The lyric, my brother used to call it eating out of the trash. Outstanding. My favorites on the album are definitely Wishlist, Opalite, and who are we kidding? Wood. Here's the deal. Do I need that much detail about specifically about my brother-in-law? Probably not, but also, good job, Trav. That's it. Guys, yes. 1,000% yes. That's women supporting women. Proud of you. Okay, moving on. Let's get right into a chunky doom scroll of the week. Pun intended. You'll see what I mean. First up on Doom Scroll of the Week, we no longer have to wait until 2030 for professional women's basketball in Philly because Unrivaled is coming this January. Queen Emma, roll the clip, please. Okay, there was an announcement in Love Park in Philadelphia that Unrivaled, the 3-on-3 women's basketball league, will have 2 games played in January in Philadelphia. Get out of town. No, get in town. I do have January 30th blocked off on the calendar because, of course, I want to be there for this. I hope that people feel encouraged and welcomed into the Philadelphia area. And I hope that this is just a small glimpse into how we are going to love and support our team that comes in 2030. I think we can show up and show out. And I think that we can make our city proud. Speaking of the WNBA, I've just been given yet another reason to be a fan of Caitlin Clark. Roll the clip, Queen Emma. She and some of her Fever teammates were at the Colts game, and Caitlin, a diehard Chiefs fan, is the only one not wearing the custom jersey they made for her. Nailed it. You fucking nailed that. You nailed that so hard. Here's the deal. Very kind of the Colts organization to give a customized jersey. This is customary. I've seen it happen to my husband many times. I co-sign this decision very hard. I think that Caitlin nailed this. I think that when you are raised a diehard fan of a team, that this is the only appropriate response to being given a jersey of another team. So, yeah. Yep, nailed that. Next on Doom Scroll. First, we were a turtle podcast, then a hippo podcast. Well, now I think it's safe to say we're a brown bear podcast because the winner of Fat Bear Week 2025 has been crowned. And you guys, his name is Chunk. I can't. Queen Emma, the clip, please.
We have a winner, Chunk. A towering brown bear with a broken jaw has taken the top prize in Alaska's popular Fat Bear contest. This is Chunk's first win after narrowly finishing in second place the 3 previous years. By the way, Chunk weighs an estimated 1,200 pounds.
Chunk received the most votes in a competition between 12 brown bears, where people picked the bear they believe best exemplifies fatness and success, which is perfect for him in their preparation for winter hibernation. Okay. Couple things here. One being the most important, I think we should point out. One of the things that they shared about Chunk is that he has a broken jaw. Okay. So for him to become the fattest bear with a broken jaw, I don't think that we are properly acknowledging the adversity that he had to overcome to fatten up. Okay. He was so dedicated that with a broken jaw, he still consumed enough calories to be the fattest bear. Perfect. I have seen a bear in the wild. Did I freak out? Yes. Was it like a freak out scared? Absolutely not. Because I was in a vehicle and the doors were locked. That's key because those suckers can open doors. Yeah. I believe the bear I saw was a black bear. And it was on the way to the Dickerson wedding. That's out for real. We were going to see Landon and Brooke get married. And we saw one on the way up the mountain. I was very excited. Queen Emma would like to know if Jason and I saw a bear on a hike, would he ditch me like he did with the shark? Couple problems with this question. Number one, would Jason be on a hike? Probably not. I don't think he would ditch me. I think he would stick around. It doesn't feel as dire as him coming in contact with a shark. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to ask him. Am I a national parks girly? Yes. Yes, I am. I love and support the National Park Service, and I think we all should, because it is preserving parts of our country that are beautiful and representative of the land that we get to call home. Like beautiful national parks taken care of by our wonderful National Park Service. Shout out again to Fat Bear Week and the Katmai National Park Conservancy. They exceeded their fundraising goal and raised over $430,000 during Fat Bear Week. If you want to donate, we'll put the link in the description. The last thing on Doom Scroll, TikToker Green Megs and Ham just shared a very seasonally appropriate mom hack, and I'm taking notes. Queen Emma, please roll the clip. It says, mom hack, if your child ever wants to play, but you have low energy, just tell them you're a corpse that needs to get ready for a funeral and let them do your makeup. I love low energy kid activities for parents. There was a period of time where we did spa day, and I provided a brand new paintbrush with a tiny little like bathroom cup of water. And that was great. I had my eyes closed and we were painting clean water onto mom's face. And at some point I peeked an eye open and realized that Bennett was dipping the paintbrush in the water, sucking the paintbrush dry. Well, I guess not dry, sucking the water out of the paintbrush and then painting my face. So I was getting a spit facial, which I could have done without. I could have lived my life not receiving a toddler spit facial. I then quickly realized that spa day could not involve me closing my eyes. And that's okay. I'm okay with that because I still got to lay on the floor. Another one that we've been doing recently is massages. They're not actually massages, but my kids are young enough that if they want to beat the shit out of my back, it's still kind of relaxing, and they're not I can ask them to not do it as hard as they possibly can, and they actually listen. So I love that I said they actually listen like it was a surprise. But for anyone who has children our kids' ages, then you know it is kind of a surprise that they listen to that. We regularly have ended up with stickers all over our faces. That was an activity that specifically Wyatt really enjoyed when she was younger. She enjoyed putting stickers on both mine and Jason's faces. I think I have a video of that somewhere. Maybe Brad can cut that in here.
When Kylie Kelce speaks, people listen. Not just because she's married to former NFL star Jason Kelce, but because she has a way of cutting through the noise and getting straight to the heart of things. And right now, there's a lot of noise, thanks to her soon-to-be sister-in-law, Taylor Swift. If you think you've seen every possible headline about Taylor Swift's whirlwind romance with Travis Kelce, think again. There's a new twist. Kylie Kelce, podcast queen, sports mom, and accidental celebrity, has become the world's most relatable Swiftie. On her hit show, Not Going to Lie, Kylie opened up with a candor that's as refreshing as it is rare. especially when it comes to the pop culture hurricane surrounding her family. The world collectively did a double take when Taylor Swift first started showing up at Kansas City Chiefs games, cheering on Travis Kelce with her trademark red lips and a dazzling smile. Suddenly, football fans and Swifties collided, two worlds that once seemed galaxies apart. The result? A media frenzy, endless speculation, and yes, some truly great memes. But behind the viral moments and stadium spotlights, a real family was quietly adjusting to a very public new normal. Enter Kylie Kelce, mom of 4, wife of Jason, and as it turns out, a surprisingly insightful music critic. Taylor Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, dropped like an atomic bomb on the charts, and it didn't take long for fans to start dissecting every lyric. Many tracks appear to reference Travis, with songs like Would, Who Are We Kidding, and You'll H lead Opalite, sparking wild speculation and even wilder TikTok theories. On her October 9th podcast episode, Kylie weighed in with the kind of honesty that makes you want to be her best friend. Do I need that much detail specifically about my brother-in-law? Probably not, she laughed. But also, good job, Trav. That's it, guys. Yes, 1000% yes. That's women supporting women. It's the kind of off-the-cuff comment that instantly goes viral, not just because it's funny, but because it's real. Kylie Kelce isn't here to sugarcoat or stage manage. She's here to live her life, and she happens to be living it in the orbit of America's most famous pop star. Of all the tracks on Swift's album, none generated more buzz than Would. With lyrics that are equal parts cheeky and poetic, Swift walks the line between innuendo and metaphor, leaving listeners to decide for themselves just how much she's revealing. Forgive me, it sounds cocky / he tied me and opened my eyes, she sings. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see / love was the key that opened my thighs. It's bold, it's blushworthy, and it's just ambiguous enough to set social media ablaze. On the New Heights podcast, Travis Kelce played coy when his brother Jason pressed him about the lyrics. Any song that she would reference me in that way. I love that girl, Travis grinned, sidestepping the question with practiced ease. Even Taylor herself couldn't resist poking fun at the speculation, telling Jimmy Fallon, "It really started out in a very innocent place. You know it started out, I don't know what happened, man." Despite the global spotlight, Kylie and her family have managed to keep some things sacred. When news broke of Travis and Taylor's engagement, fans waited for Kylie to make a public statement. Instead, she kept it low-key. "I am so incredibly happy for them," she said on her podcast. "We are so excited they are taking this next step." Kylie's daughters, Wyatt, Elliot, Bennett, and Finn, are apparently thrilled at the prospect of having another aunt. "I feel so grateful that we get to welcome Taylor into our family in a more official capacity." But Kylie was quick to remind fans that not every relationship needs to be broadcast. "You have a relationship personally with them that no one else is involved in," she explained. "I don't need to come out here and make statements when I already talked to them." It's a simple truth, but a profound one in an era where private moments are often sacrificed for public consumption. As the world continues to obsess over the details of Taylor and Travis's romance, Kylie has quietly embraced her role as both supporter and sounding board. She shared glimpses of her friendship with Taylor, like plans to recruit her help in convincing Jason to get a cat, or her genuine delight at Taylor's viral sports jokes. "I love all the women in sports that I have seen using this trend," Kylie said, referring to Swift's now iconic quip about male sports fans and their supposed desire for more Taylor in their lives. "There have been so many women who have taken this audio and just absolutely nailed it. Of all the album's tracks, one stands out for Kylie and Jason. $HLYT. Jason credits Kylie for making him listen to it twice. It talks about what life really is about and what relationships are about, Jason explained. It's very well done. For Kylie, the song resonates because it's about wanting less stuff and more connection, a theme that mirrors her own values. Swift herself called it her favorite on the album. "It's about what mine would be," Taylor explained. "It's a really dreamy song. It's a really romantic song. It details all these different things that people aspire to have in their lives, and then in the chorus, it talks about what mine would be. Why does the world care so much about the Kelce-Swift family dynamic? Because it's a collision of worlds, sports and pop, private and public, ordinary and extraordinary. It's a story about love, fame, family, and all the complications that come with them. But most of all, it's a reminder that even in the glare of the spotlight, real people are living real lives. Kylie Kelce, with her candor and humor, shows us that you can be wildly famous and still deeply authentic. And as long as she keeps talking, we'll keep listening, hoping for another glimpse behind the curtain, where pop queens and football stars are just people, falling in love and figuring it out, one song at a time.